If you use the exact mirror work manifestation techniques that I share with you in today's episode, you can easily draw large sums of money to you in the same way that I drew $500,000 to me and now live in financial freedom. And yes, that's how immensely powerful these techniques are, and that's why in today's video I reveal the 11 mirror work manifestation techniques that have helped me and many of my clients to achieve financial freedom, what an effective mirror work manifestation session really looks like, and I demonstrate each and every technique and the dozens of mistakes that at least 89% of people who use mirror work to manifest make, and if you make these mistakes, manifesting large sums of money will be impossible for you. And I want you to keep in mind that these not 10 but 11 manifestation techniques that I share with you in this video build a framework, and as this closed framework they work perfectly together. So if you only miss out on one of these techniques, the whole framework might fall apart and it will be so much harder for you to manifest what you truly want. Now, what if I told you that by simply looking at the reflection in the mirror, you could easily double or triple or even 10x your income? And yes, it's possible because I've done it and so many of my clients have done it as well. However, when I stood in front of the mirror for the very first time to manifest abundance, to draw money to me, I felt kind of weird. I felt awkward. I felt, even out of place. And I did this. So I now manifest with you, dear mirror. Mirror, give me the abundance. Mirror, do something. How does this work? But the more I practiced it, the easier it got for me because I understood what mirror work truly means and what it doesn't mean. Mirror work does not mean that you stand in front of the mirror and you're all serious and uptight and you're thinking to yourself, how the hell shall I do this? Mirror work should be playful, and that's the energy that I want you to keep in mind and in your heart throughout this video. Mirror work simply means that you stand in front of the mirror, and yes, during the demonstrations in this video, you are basically my mirror because the camera lens is the mirror with which I demonstrate these techniques. And what it means is that you use the mirror to fully express yourself stepping into the future that you want to create and that you want to manifest. That's all it is. It's not magical, it's not mystical, it's a very straightforward manifestation approach. So now that you're ready to stand in front of the mirror, to look at yourself, to look yourself in the eyes, and to truly feel yourself in the feeling of the wish fulfilled, we're now going to jump into the first mirror work manifestation technique that I want to share with you that has created more millionaires than you can possibly imagine. Now, what's the big difference between somebody who is able to manifest millions with mirror work and somebody who only manifests the mirror falling on him or her, which then leads to a concussion? Well, the answer has to do with something that I, as somebody who went to 3 week-long advanced retreats from Dr. Joe Dispenza, can say in my deepest sleep when you wake me up at night, like, wake up, and I'm, okay, gratitude is the ultimate state of receivership. So yes, I'm trained like that when it comes to this sentence. Gratitude is the ultimate state of receivership. And that already leads me to the very first mirror work technique that I want to share with you and of course also demonstrate. And that's the rampage of gratitude for your current and future abundance. And if you are familiar with the teachings of Abraham Hicks has the rampage of appreciation. So I want to give credit where credit is due. However, I changed this technique a little bit, I tweaked it, and I believe that I took it to the next level. And here's how that technique works. In step number 1, you are speaking out loud in front of the mirror everything that you are grateful for right now in regards to your abundance. So here's a little demonstration. I am so grateful for my T-Rex hands. Okay, no, serious now. I am so grateful for the money that I already have in my bank account. I am so grateful for the food that I have in my fridge. I'm so grateful that I'm so abundant that I can buy X. And X is not Twitter, of course. X is something different. X could be something very small. Because when I embarked on this journey of manifesting abundance, I could only stand in front of the mirror saying, I'm so happy that I can buy this pencil. I'm so happy that I can buy this CD, even though I had no intention to buy a CD, but just for the sake of me feeling more abundant. And I was grateful for the money I already had, even though the money I already had was, well, not that huge. To be honest, that was me in the beginning. I am so grateful that I have this really high, immensely high, insanely high amount of money in my bank account, and I did my best to think about, I am rich, I am rich, I am wealthy. And then in step number 2, you look at yourself in the mirror and you truly feel gratitude for your abundant future. So you can then say, for example, I am so thankful that I'm a millionaire. I'm so grateful that I have hundreds of thousands in my bank account. I'm so incredibly grateful that I have the financial freedom to live wherever I want. And I truly believe that if you can make peace with your current situation while being grateful for it, and at the same time you're then grateful for the future you create, that's when you reach the ultimate state of receivership. And I know it's not always that easy. Yes, universe, I'm so grateful for my abundance. Seriously, I'm so grateful for God. And yes, I truly believe that combining these two states of gratitude, gratitude for what you have right now, even though it might just be a little bit, and gratitude for what you create in your future, has allowed me to go from having less than $1,000 in my bank account to now having more than $500,000 in my bank account. And it's not just Joe Dispenza who believes in gratitude. Neville Goddard says this, in your faith is your fortune. Look upon your desires as the spoken words of God, and every word of prophecy of that which you are capable of being. Do not question whether you are worthy or unworthy to realize these desires. Accept them as they come to you. Give thanks for them as though they were gifts. Feel happy and grateful for having received such wonderful gifts. Then go your way in peace. And if you do what I share now with you in the second mirror manifestation technique, you will be unstoppable, but there is a high chance that you won't do it. However, when I did it for the first time, when I went all in on mirror work, I felt like the Power Rangers when they were screaming, "It's morphin' time!" What? Okay, I still gotta practice my Power Rangers move, but let's get back to the topic. What I did was to simply change my energy to match the frequency of abundance, and then I observed the change in the mirror. And you can do the same, because I will demonstrate it for you right now. You just have to master the 2 levels of this technique, and the first level is your heart. So you stand in front of the mirror just like I now stand in front of you, and you look into the mirror just like I now look into the mirror. And you then, while you look into the mirror, you then feel into your heart. You truly feel what it would feel like to have abundance run through your heart. You breathe in, and while you breathe in, you feel like your heart is expanding with energy. And when you breathe out, you feel like your heart is releasing this abundance into your life. And I know if you've never done that before, you might be thinking right now, "Oh, Sebastian, now he has lost all his marbles and brain cells. Okay, I'm gonna go." But not so fast. I really invite you to practice this. It is incredibly powerful to tune into your heart, to feel that connection with your heart, and to then imagine already having the abundance that you want while you create this energy in your heart. And I can guarantee you that your body language will change, your energy will change, you will see somebody different in the mirror. And this leads me to level 2. Now that you felt it in your heart, now you want to express it with your body. So level 2 of this exercise is to truly express abundance with your body. And yes, now I can use the Power Rangers again as an example, because you want to fully immerse yourself in these expressions. For me, it was always the freedom pose, where I was spreading my arms out and I was like, oh, I feel the freedom of living wherever I want to live and being wherever I want to be. And this is what I invite you to do, because right now I'm recording this video about 100 meters away from the beach that I visualized myself being able to live when I didn't have the financial freedom to do it. And I stood in front of the mirror and I did my freedom pose with my head back and going, I'm so freaking abundant. So what is the pose for you? Maybe it's a Power Ranger move, or maybe it's something completely different, but express it with your body, because your abundant self walks differently. Your abundant self doesn't walk like this in front of the mirror. Mirror, 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 hello. I'm so abundant. No, your abundant self walks like this with your head held high, with your body language being confident. So be the abundant self in front of the mirror and you will draw the abundance you want to you. Now, have you ever wondered what the perfect affirmations for mirror work are? Well, you can continue to wonder because I won't reveal it. Not just kidding. I'm gonna reveal now the perfect affirmations for mirror work. And I personally experimented with 2 different types of affirmations. I personally tried general affirmations for abundance and personal affirmations for abundance. And in my experience, you should take this path, because the more personalized the affirmation, the easier it is for you to change your facial expression, to change your body language, and to change your emotional state. Because of course, the more personalized an affirmation is, the more you can feel it in your heart, the more it comes from the heart, the more authentic it is. And there are 3 ways of how you can express these personalized affirmations. Number 1, you can whisper them. I am so happy and grateful that I'm making $20,000 a month. And that's something that you can do when you're, for example, in a shopping center and you look in the mirror while you're trying on a new dress or a new suit, and you then want to do mirror work because, of course, you don't want to scream from the top of your lungs there until the staff then jumps into your cabin and asks you, are you all right? You don't want to do that. But the second way is to simply speak it normally in front of the mirror. For example, I am so happy and grateful that I'm making $20,000 a month. But then there's a third way, and that's to scream it from the top of your lungs. I am so happy and grateful that I'm making more than $20,000 a month. And now you might be asking yourself, yeah, but Sebastian, why should I scream my affirmation? Oh God. Because sometimes you might want to feel the calming and relaxed feeling of whispering your affirmation, even though you might not be in a public setting. Then there are other times when you just want to feel abundant without any energetic rush. But then there are the moments where you just want to fully immerse yourself in the feeling and you just go all in and your whole body feels ecstatic. Just experiment with it. Of course, you don't want to be so loud that your neighbors will call the police, or that this one creepy neighbor knocks on your door and says, excuse me, can I join? Now let's jump straight to the next mirror work technique, because in feeling is the secret, Neville Goddard says the following words. Do not waste one moment in regret, for to think feelingly of the mistakes of the past is to reinfect yourself. And oh boy, was I full of regret when I had my rough spiritual awakening 5 years ago. I regretted that I had destroyed my body. I regretted that I didn't learn about this sooner. I regretted that the list goes on and on. If I had only known that mirror work is the answer to resolving this issue. But now you might be saying, yeah, but Sebastian, why do I actually have to let go of regret? Is it really necessary? And I have to tell you, yes, it is. And in case you are an overly analytical German just like me, the answer might not be that obvious, and the connection between regret and mirror work and why it's important to let go of it might also not be that obvious, because the answer is in your, no, not that microphone, but in your heart. By releasing negative emotions such as regret, anger, frustration, or you complaining that you have the T-Rex hands that I love to draw, you are freeing your heart from the past. And only when you free your heart from the past, by freeing yourself from the emotions of the past, can new emotions be felt in your heart. And these are the emotions of wealth, abundance, riches, happiness, joy. And that's when the abundance can flow to you. And yes, I know, the universe is asking himself or herself, why? Why did I write the past here and future there, even though it should be the other way? But, well, what is done is done. Because remember, an abundant person is not regretful, is not fearful. An abundant person feels unlimited and in love with life. And that's why I invite you to do this in front of the mirror. Resentment, you might have served me at some point during my journey, but it's now time to let you go. And I want to let you go in love. And I allow myself to let you go with this breath. And while you do that, while you try to let the negative emotion go with love, not with hate, not with anger, but with love, by accepting and acknowledging the fact that at some point during your journey it might have served you, which means that there is no more regret from the past, or let's say no more regret for your past. That's when you then breathe it out in front of the mirror while you look at yourself with intent, and you truly breathe it out and you feel how this negative emotion is leaving your body. And that's what I invite you to do for every negative emotion that you're still feeling about the past or about the future or in any shape or form. Do this practice where you let it go with love, you acknowledge at some point it might have served a purpose, you breathe it out with love, you let it go. It can be a truly freeing exercise that then builds space in your heart and in your life and in your world for the abundance you want to come to you. Now imagine for a moment you were able to talk to your future self. Yes, your future self in a parallel reality full of abundance, wealth and opportunities. Here's what Neville Goddard says in Awakened Imagination. The future must become the present in the imagination of the one who would wisely and consciously create circumstances. We must translate vision into being, thinking of into thinking from. Imagination must center itself in some state and view the world from that state. And when I did this next mirror work technique that I'm going to demonstrate for you in just a moment, I was so intensely immersed in the emotions that I had tears running down my cheeks. I kid you not, it was a truly intense experience. It was as if I was looking into the mirror and I didn't see myself, but I saw my full potential. I saw the person I truly wanted to be, and yes, I had to make this terrible joke about the full potential. In this moment, I truly felt like Tom Cruise in Jerry Maguire. You complete me. Now, what would you tell your future millionaire self? What would you tell your future self who has already fulfilled your potential, your full potential? What would you tell that person? Would you tell this person, you're such a freaking idiot, you can't do anything right? Or would you tell that person, I'm so grateful that I've become you. I'm so grateful that I am you. You are amazing. You are super awesome. So by saying the following words, I spoke it into existence, and the man in front of the mirror then became the abundant self that I was speaking to, in the same way as you can speak it into existence by saying exactly this in front of the mirror. I love you. I am grateful that you are in my life. I am grateful that I've become you. I am you. I am proud to be you. I am honored that I have reached my full potential. I am honored to be you. Thank you, I am abundant, I feel so abundant, I am you, and I'm forever grateful. And once you have completed the 8-week Abundance Reality Shift coaching program, which is my one-on-one coaching program, you will say the exact same thing to your future self, and you will then say it as your future self. Now, there is one thing that will completely wreck your ability to manifest with mirror work, and it is this. Well, I as the analytical German have to say that I do not feel it, but I can think about it analytically. And I kid you not, when I went to my very first Joe Dispenza week-long advanced retreat, Joe Dispenza actually said, open your hearts. Russians, Germans, and the whole audience was laughing. And at the third Joe Dispenza retreat I went to, I was sitting next to a German woman who then said to me, yes, but when I analyze this, I do not think that this makes sense. And I just looked at her as a fellow German and said, you don't have to analyze it, you just gotta feel it. And that's why I, as once upon a time stereotypical German, can now finally smile. It was a long way to get there, but I eventually did it. How does that work? And the mirror work manifestation technique that I'm going to share with you right now and demonstrate to you has one purpose, and that's to achieve emotional alignment. And the more you step into emotions of your future, emotions that are in alignment with the abundance you want to draw to you, the more you are in emotional alignment with this future. And isn't that a beautiful drawing? That's why I invite you with this technique to step in front of the mirror and to not only smile, even though you can also do this in front of the mirror, but it's about more. It's about you smiling and then feeling the emotions of that abundant state. I mean, how would you feel if you had $1 million in your bank account? Would you feel grateful? Then smile at yourself. Feel the love that you have for yourself, for your abundant self. Because by smiling at yourself, you are killing 2 birds with 1 stone. But please don't kill any birds. But you do that because you send love to yourself with a smile. And at the same time, you then feel the emotions of your abundant future. And this combination of feeling the love for yourself and also, of course, for the abundant self that you create, that you step into, and then feeling the emotions of abundance of your abundant future can allow you to draw the abundance to you faster than the roadrunner can say, meep, meep. Now, what if I told you that only 60 seconds of mirror work in the morning can make or break your manifestation success? And some people, they swear by doing mirror work in the evening, others love to do it in the morning. And while I totally believe that Neville Goddard's State Akin to Sleep is incredibly powerful in the evening when you go to bed, but I believe that mirror work is the most powerful when you do it in the morning, because that's how you energize yourself. You bring the energy up for the day, and if you do it in the evening, you might be so hyper and so energetic that you then lie in bed, I can't fall asleep. So I would recommend doing it in the morning, even though you might be feeling like this when you start your mirror work morning manifestation routine, where the universe screams at you to wake up and you go, I can't wake up right now, I'm too tired. Okay, but what shall I do differently in the morning? One thing that I absolutely love to do is to combine mirror work in the morning with getting active, where you, for example, use your personal affirmations. I am so grateful that I'm making $20,000 a month, or I am so grateful that I have a net worth of X amount of dollars. And you then get active. You do some jumping jacks where you go like, I am making $20,000 a month. I feel so amazing. You do some other workouts or some whatever movements you want to make. You really get active in the moment. You can even do some push-ups and then again get up, or some sit-ups and again get up, and then repeat your affirmations and really feel it. And this can get you in such an amazing state during the morning. And I know in the beginning you might feel exactly like I did in the beginning, but if you stick with it, it can truly change your life, and it can make your manifestations show up in your physical reality so much faster. But of course, you can also do it without the exercise routine, and you can simply look at yourself in the mirror and tell yourself what an amazing, abundant day is waiting for you. Where you, for example, say, "This is such an amazing day. I feel so abundant today. Today is an abundant day. Today is a day where wealth and money can flow to me. Today is a day where more and more success can come to me." And if you start your morning like this, then more and more money and success can and will flow to you. And that's why I invite you to now comment down below, "I'm ready to start the day with abundance. I'm ready to start the day with abundance." And the next mirror work technique I'm about to share with you is so weird that it might take you 1 or 2 or maybe even 3 attempts to get used to it. But it will take meditating to the next level for you, and therefore also manifesting. And it all started with me being in a Joe Dispenza event and doing a meditation with a kaleidoscope. Because in this meditation during the Joe Dispenza Advanced Retreat, we were looking into a kaleidoscope to go into trance, and yes, that was my face back then. I just forgot me drooling down there. And then you open your eyes at some point and you see a picture. And then at some point while practicing mirror work, I had an idea. And the idea was that what if, instead of looking at the kaleidoscope to get into a trance-like state, I looked at myself in the mirror to get into a trance-like state? Aren't I a creative fella? And while practicing the following mirror work manifestation technique, you will realize that it's in perfect alignment with Neville Goddard's description of meditation. All that meditation amounts to is a controlled imagination and a well-sustained attention. Simply hold the attention on a certain idea until it fills the mind and crowds all other ideas out of consciousness. The power of attention shows itself, the sure guarantee of an inner force. So here's what I invite you to do in front of the mirror. Step 1, stand in front of the mirror like this, or if it's more relaxing for you and you can do it, sit in front of the mirror. And then simply look at yourself. That's step number 2. You look at yourself, and you then, while you look at yourself, you go into a meditation. As if you're looking at a kaleidoscope. You're just looking at yourself, and you're breathing in for 5 seconds, and you're breathing out for 5 seconds. You're breathing in for 5 seconds, and you're breathing out for 5 seconds. And by focusing your awareness on your face, on your smile in this moment, while you have this smile of gratitude, of happiness, of joy, you then enter this trance-like state, which leads us to step number 3. In step number 3, you then close your eyes for a moment, and with your eyes closed, you go into an image of your abundant future. You see yourself living your life from the perspective of your abundant self. And then once you feel the feeling of the wish fulfilled, and once you're deep in the imaginal act, then you open your eyes again, and then you look at yourself. But this time you see the abundant self, and you feel the abundant emotions that this abundant self feels for having already received what you want. Now, what separates you from somebody who never manifests any significant amount of money with mirror work? The answer: a big ass chain. I'm serious, it's really about a big ass chain that I stole from T-Pain. Okay, jokes aside, you don't need a big ass chain to manifest a lot of money, even though I have to admit it, T-Pain's big ass chain motivated me to create this mirror work manifestation technique. So the idea of this technique is to anchor certain emotions that you associate with abundance. For example, a feeling of being rich and wealthy with a money symbol. And then you take this money symbol, which in this case should be a physical object, you take it with you in front of the mirror when you then do mirror work. And by you just looking at this money symbol, you then feel so abundant that you are a perfect match to the abundance that you want. And this money symbol could be anything that resonates for you. It could be, in fact, a big ass chain, just like it is for T-Pain, and you really have to watch that on YouTube. T-Pain's big ass chain, it's hilarious. But it could also be a big wallet, just like my wallet, for example, which is so big that I can barely fit it in my pocket. But it could also be this banana, if that symbolizes abundance for you. So always remember, it's about choosing something that resonates deeply with you. I could, for example, hold my big wallet in my hands and then I could say, I feel so abundant. I am so abundant. Thank you for all this abundance in my life. I'm so grateful for my abundance. One of my favorite movie lines of all time is from Back to the Future, where Doc Brown says to Marty, "Your future hasn't been written yet. No one's has. Your future is whatever you make it, so make it a good one." And that's exactly what I did, and I perfected it with mirror work, even though in the beginning it felt like this. Shall I really write this? I don't know if that makes sense. And that's why in this mirror work technique, I invite you to write a letter from the perspective of your future abundant self to your current self, in which you motivate yourself to continue on this manifestation journey, in which you tell your current self about all the amazing things, all the incredible experiences, all the wonders that you experience as the abundant self, and you really immerse yourself into the feeling. And then you stand in front of the mirror with your letter and you read it out loud, and you really feel how good it feels to be the abundant self and to feel yourself into the abundance. So here's a little demonstration. Dear old self, I am so grateful that you discovered the secret of manifesting. I want to share with you how important it is for you to meditate and to manifest every day. It is an honor for me to tell you about your future. You have achieved financial freedom. You are in a fulfilling relationship. You can travel to any country at any time, whenever you want. You're completely free and you are so in love with life. P.S. You have fulfilled your dream of being able to always fly business class. And the letter that I just read to you is my reality right now. And I manifested this reality with the exact principles and the exact exercises that I share with you and that you will master in my 8-week Abundance Reality Shift coaching program. So if you're ready to work with me one-on-one on manifesting your abundant dream life, you can go to affirmation2manifestation.com/abundance, or you can simply click on the first link in the description and then have a look at what awaits you in each of the individual sessions when it comes to the bonuses. And of course, you can also watch the video testimonials from previous clients. And yes, I really did it. I waited all this time to demonstrate the one mirror work manifestation technique that you are dying to see me demonstrate. Everybody dance now. Doop, 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 doop. Doop, 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 doop. And while you might still be mesmerized by my incredible dancing talent, I can confidently say that the mirror work dance of abundance can help you to reach the frequency of abundance insanely fast. It's truly powerful, and that's why I invite you to have fun with the following 2-step mirror work manifestation technique. Step in front of the mirror while you're playing music that makes you feel really abundant, that makes you feel rich, that makes you feel wealthy. For me, it's, for example, Lil Wayne and T-Pain, Got Money. Remember T-Pain, the guy with the big ass chain? But it's also Lil Wayne and Kevin Rudolph. I made it, I made it. And then in step number 2, that's when you then in front of the mirror, look at yourself in the mirror and you move your body to the rhythm. And yes, as a German, I have 0 rhythm in my blood, but who cares? Let's have fun with it and just dance to the rhythm and to the music and feel the abundance while you smile at yourself, at your abundant self in the mirror. And thankfully, I'm so much better at manifesting than I am at dancing. And that's why I recently started experimenting with manifesting on a daily basis with mirror work affirmations. And I'm currently manifesting $700 a day with this technique. And that's why I invite you to watch this video next to find out exactly how I did it.